Hey everybody, what's happening? I hope you're all good and excited for Christmas Day. It's not long now, but before then, I wanted to give you a little Christmas treat, and that is this. It's the custom Underdog Vitus Sommet full sus build. And if this video gets 2,000 likes, we're going to give this bike away to one of you lucky subscribers. So make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe to this channel. And if we hit 2,000 likes, this is going to go to one of you. In this video, I wanted to give you a closer look at some of the key components we used on this bike and why we went for them. So without further ado, hopefully you've hit that like button. Let's flip you around and give you a closer look. All right, let's start with the backbone to this whole build, and that's the frame. As I said, this is a Vitus Sommet and it's the 275 CRX version. That gives you a little clue as to the wheel size on this thing. 27.5 inch wheels. It's a brilliant riding bike with really well thought out geometry. And the colour on this thing just really works with all the component choices we've made too. Alright, let's take a look at the suspension on this thing. Starting with the fork, and this is the Manitou Mezza Pro. This thing's at 170mm of travel. And we had a lot of comments on our first video calling out the arch. Manitou used this reverse arch design, which they say has equivalent stiffness to a front arch design, but with less weight. So no, the fork is not on backwards. Be cool to get your opinion on our fork choice there. Basically, the idea of the Underdog build is that we didn't want to pick your mainstream brands. Mainstream? Is mainstream a thing? I don't think so. Mainstream brands. So you've got the Manitou up the front, at the rear. The Vitus frame comes with this. This is the Fox X2 shock. This one's got 170mm of trail destroying, bump ruining suspension. Check out that linkage there. And the Manitou fork and that Fox float rear shock should really work together to tackle most terrain you're going to be riding this thing on. Alright, so let's talk about the drivetrain we've gone for this. You probably recognise these parts. We've gone with a Hope Evo crank arm and a Hope front chainring. What about at the back though? Any of you recognise this? This is a Microshift Advent X 10-speed system. So there's the rear mech. And there's the 10-speed cassette. I really want to hear from you down in the comments. If you've used Microshift, if you're using it at the moment, or you're considering it. Let's have a look at the shifter. As you can see there, Advent X. And hopefully you can pick out that textured lever there. Some nice little touches on that system. So yeah, like I said, this is an Underdog build, so we didn't want to go with SRAM or Shimano. We wanted to use something different. So let's have a closer look at the wheel set we've gone with. And for those eagle-eyed of you, you've probably already spotted pretty heavily logoed Spank 350s, front and rear. They're 27.5 inch, strong, lightweight, and ready to take on enduro racing, just your average trail centre rides, and all mountain riding. A really, really good pair of wheels. And we've combined them with these Vittoria Motor Graphene 2.0 trail tyres. Give you a little look at the tread pattern on these bad boys. Again, not a mainstream brand. It's not your Schwalbers. It's not your Continentals. Not your Michelin. So let us know down in the comments if you use these Vittoria tyres or any other tyres from the Vittoria range. It'd be really cool to know. Let us know what you make of these two. Now then, you can have a bike that looks awesome like this. It can have really sweet suspension components, drivetrain components to get you up the hill fast enough to blast down it. But I tell you what, if you can't stop yourself, it's going to be kind of useless. No worries with this thing though, because we've gone with Hayes Dominion brakes. There's the right lever, there's the left lever, and if I can fit between the tiny gap I've left myself, I will give you a little look at the rotor and caliper setup. Check it out. Absolutely sweet. So that was the front end, and this is a little view of the back end. Really sorted pair of 2-pot brakes. So let's have a little chat about the finishing kit we've gone for on this bike. And we've done a few custom builds in the past, and you won't be surprised to learn about the dropper seat post we've gone with on this thing, because basically there's very little out there that does as good a job as this. It's the Brand X Ascend dropper seat post. That is bolted to this WTB Rocket saddle. And then the handlebar and stem combo we've gone with is this really cool chrome combo from Pro Taper. Hopefully you can see how sweet this thing looks on the camera. But let me tell you, if this video gets 2,000 likes and you're the winner, you can get to see it in the flesh. Other finishing touches come in the shape of these Spank spoon pedals, again, to match the colour of the frame nicely, and the stem and handlebar. And like I said, that front chainring colour matches everything too. There you go, that was a quick look at this Vitus Sommet full suspension bike. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, because we're giving this bike away when we hit 2,000 likes. Have a brilliant Christmas and a happy New Year, and we'll see you again soon.